Hello, everybody, and welcome to Simply Cards by Kathy. Today is Monday, March 11th, 2024, and I'm actually an hour later than I usually am. Hi, Renee. I'm hoping everyone can hear me okay. If you can, just drop me a quick note, somebody, and just let me know the sound is good since we were having some problems with StreamYard and YouTube last week. Renee, thank you for joining me. Um, so today I have a fun project that I wanted to share with you. We're going to make a little mini basket. Thanks, Kim. Thanks for joining me. We're going to make a mini treat basket. Now, we're going to make it out of designer series paper, but it can be made out of cardstock, so you can use either for this mini basket. Now I'm doing it as a little Easter treat basket, but the directions, you can use it for any occasion. And these little baskets are great for treats or to put a little gift in. I made one and put some chapstick in it for my granddaughter. Or you can even use them as some decor on the table as your for the holidays for decorating. So I am going to turn the camera down and get started. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope you'll like what you see and hit that subscribe button. And if you're here with me live, leave me a comment. Let me know you're here. Or if you catch me on the replay, leave a comment and let me know that too. Thank you so much for joining me. So let's flip this down and get started. Okay, I am going to be using a piece of the Delightfully Eclectic Designer Series paper. And this is the one I'm going to use. Now, what we need is a 6x6 piece. So you can actually make 4 baskets out of a 12x12 piece. You can also use just a piece of 6x6 Designer Series paper. So I went ahead and I cut this down to start us off with a 6x6 piece. Now I want to use the floral piece, but before we even start with this, we need to put some score lines in there. So now the post or this basket is part of the Crafty Collaborations Easter blog hop. So it will be live at 11:30 tomorrow morning. I will have a PDF with instructions, and that link will be listed right down below in the YouTube video description, or you can find it over on my website, Simply Cards by Kathy. And I even have a diagram for making this basket. So we are going to score at 2 inches, and I'm going to get my blade. I love this paper trimmer because it has the blade and the scoring mechanism. So we're at 2 inches, so I'm going to score. Now, one thing to remember when you're using designer series paper, this is pretty strong paper and makes a really nice basket. But don't press too hard because you can rip it. Hi, Marianne. Thanks for joining. So I did one score line. I'm going to flip it to around, do another score line at 2 inches. I'm going to flip it again. So we're going to put a 2-inch score line on each side, all 4 sides of the paper. Okay. All right. Once you do that, and hopefully, I'm going to turn it over because I think the score lines are easier to see on that back side. We have 9 squares, 9 2-inch squares. So now we have to cut to make our little basket. So I'm going to go back on the 2-inch score line, and we're going to cut from the very edge right up to that first score mark. Now, if you're new to using this paper trimmer, let me take this out here. I'm going to bring this up. Our paper trimmers have a little arrow on them or a mark right here where you can line it up with where you want to cut and score. So it makes it really easy to do and very accurate. So I'm going to bring this in and I'm going to take this mark right up to my score line. Now I'm going to slide it over and do the same thing on the other end. So we're at 4 inches here, and I'm going to bring this in and just bring it right over. Okay, there's our first side. Now we're going to turn this around and we're going to do the opposite side. So again, I'm going to bring this at the 2-inch mark and bring that in right to that first and flip it around and do the same. Well, I already flipped it around, didn't I? I just have to scoot it over. Look at me. All right. So bringing it in. Okay. So that's all the cutting. So you have these 2 ends and these 2 ends. So now we can get rid of this. So to make this little basket is really easy. First, you want to fold on all the score lines. So I'm just going to lightly burnish because this is designer series paper. So it's going to fold and burnish pretty easily. And just give it a good go over. Hope everybody had a good weekend and a good day. I was actually had to move this back because I had an appointment at 6 and I was afraid I wouldn't be home by 7. So here's what you have. So now in the center, you're going to bring up one side. You're going to cross the end over on an angle, and you're going to take the other end over on an angle, and I bring mine to the point where my points match. And then all we're going to do is take a stapler and staple that. Now we're going to do the same thing on this side. We're going to fold the middle up, and we're going to fold the 2 ends up to the point where you have the 2 points together. I'm just, I let go here. Hold it together, and you're going to come in with your stapler and just staple that. So here's the basket. Really cute. Now I want to put a handle on my basket. So I took a piece of 1.5 inch wide by 7 inches long. Now you can see this is actually the back of the designer series paper that I'm using. I want to use the stripe side. This is scored at 3/4. So I'm going to fold into the hill, and this isn't going to be right on target here. And I can't explain why, because they're it's evenly spaced, but it's been like that with no matter what one I've made. But it doesn't really matter because this side is going to be down and no one's going to see it. So you want to adhere your little handle, and I'm going to adhere it on the inside. Now there's several ways you can do this. You could staple it because we're going to cover this with a bunny. You can use glue. I am actually going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus because it's really sturdy. Now I want this on the short end on the inside, and I'm going to glue my or attach my handle on the inside of the basket. Can you attach it on the outside? You can, because we're going to cover that. I just thought it looked a little nicer if I attached it from the inside. So I'm going to go here and I'm just going to add some Stampin' Seal Plus, and we're going to adhere it on the inside here. And I'm just going to give it a good press. And you can see it's really pretty sturdy. Now I'm going to bring this down, and depends on how tall you want your handle. I want mine to be just a little bit shorter. So I'm just going to take a scissors and trim it off a little bit. Now I'm going to show you 2 baskets a little bit later on, where one is the handle's a little bit longer, and you may like that. So just kind of go with what you feel aesthetically is pleasing to you. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to turn this in. Again, we're going to the inside. I'm lining it up with my point. Good press, and here's my basket. Okay, now I want to decorate this basket. It would be cute at a dinner table, Renee, you're right. So I want to decorate my basket, and I want to make a bunny, but I don't have a bunny. So I made one on my own. So I'm going to show you how I made this bunny, and I think he came out really cute. So to make the bunny, all you're going to need is a 3x4 piece of crumb cake. Now, to make my bunny, I made it out of circles. So I used my Stylish Shapes dies, and we're going to pull out what I used. I used the third smallest circle, and I used the smallest circle. So you're going to cut 2 of the crumb cake in the middle larger circle and 2 in the smallest circle. Then you have a 2x2 piece of, I chose to use bubble bath. And we have the second smallest circle, and we cut out, I went ahead and cut it out so that you end up having to use 2 large, or 2 of the middle, 2 small. I'm going to put those in here, and then 1 of the bubble bath. Now I am going to leave out this largest circle because you're going to see how I shape my ears. So here is my bunny's body or head, and I need to make him some ears. So I'm going to show you how I did that. I thought was really easy, using just this 1 extra circle. So I'm going to bring in my plates, and my plates are pretty worn. So I'm going to take this large circle, and I'm going to put it right about in the middle here. And I'm going to use this to shape my ears. So let me show you that. And I'm going to move it over just a little bit, and I'm going to tape it down. Now, I'm going to go ahead and run and cut this through and cut out my first ear. Okay, let's move this off. And if you I take the tape off here, I now have 1 bunny ear. Now I'm going to take the circle, and I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. And I'm going to make my bunny ear. Now I am going to warn you, sometimes these bunny ears aren't exactly the same size, but they're pretty darn close. So we're going to run this through. I was really excited tonight to show you all this. I was just so pleased with this little bunny that I couldn't wait to show them to all of you. So here's our 2 bunny ears. So we now have part of our bunny. All right, the next part of our bunny, we need the pink for his ears. Now again, I'm going to use this larger die, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. Position it in there, and we're going to bring this back in and cut this out. And then we're going to do it one more time for the inside of the ear. Now, I have to be honest, I really worked on this bunny to streamline it as much as possible. So here's the center for our ear. Now we're going to go ahead and do the other side. And I'm just going to bring this over. I am going to tape it down. And we are about done then with all of our die cutting. And now we're going to assemble our bunny. Okay, we can get rid of the cut and emboss machine here. You still with me out there? So here's our other ear. Now, here's the piece you have left. We're going to save this, and you're going to see how we use that. All right, so let's assemble our bunny. So the first thing I want to do is adhere my little pink ears. And remember, you did these in different directions. So it may be that you have to kind of play with them to see which way they're going to fit best. And we're going to do that pretty much like this. So let's grab a dab of glue here and let's glue our bunny ears down. Thanks, Renee. I'm glad you're stuck with me. Okay, so here's one ear and let's glue down our other ear. So really easy way to make the bunny. And you don't need a die or a stamp set. Now I'm going to adhere my two bunny ears to my face. So let's put a dab of glue here and a dab of glue here. And I'm going to put one bunny ear down. And I actually like to take and just tuck them under. Okay, there's this bunny's part. Now, remember I cut these two small pieces? These are going to be his little cheeks. So we're going to adhere those right there. And I'm going to pop those up with some mini dimensionals, but I want to adhere them just at the edge together. So I'm going to take a little bit of glue and I'm just going to adhere those like that. And then we're going to grab a dimensional, and I'm using minis, and I'm just going to put one in the middle and one on each circle. And we're going to give him his plump little cheeks here. Thanks, Fran. I'm glad you like his little ears. Okay, so here is his little cheeks. All right. Now, remember I saved this piece? Do you see the rounded edge? We're going to snip this off, and this is going to become his little tongue. So we're just going to snip this right here, and let me show you how that's going to go. I'm just going to put a dab of glue on it, and it's going to fit right in there along the circle, just like that. So let's adhere that in. And I'm going to grab my tweezers here so that I don't get glue all over me. And I'm just going to slip this in there so that it's right along the edge of the crumb cake circle. And I'm going to give them a good press. All right. Now let's add some eyes. Now you could cut out, if you have a punch, you could cut out some eyes or whatever you might have. I have all these googly eyes that I had gotten for something else, and I thought these would be great to use on him. Oh, so we have all kinds of googly eyes here. So we're going to go with 2, and I think I want to go with a little bit bigger than that. Let's go with this and with this, and we'll get these out of the way before I dump them. Now, these you can stick on with glue. I got these off of Amazon, but they also are self-stick so that if you peel the back off, and I'm holding it down here with my nail, you can actually put your little eye on without any glue. And let's do the other one. And I'm just going to peel this back. So just a fun, fun bunny. How many of you are cooking or hosting Easter? This could be a great table decoration. It could be, if you have grandkids, just a great little basket to give them. So we've got our second eye, and I'm going to go ahead and, oh, that's way bigger. He's going to look funny, isn't he? Let's get a little bit different size eye here. I had two different ones. That looks better. He doesn't look pop-eyed now. So let's put that on. And then for his nose, I'm going to show you what we're going to do with his nose. Let me just peel this off here. Okay. And on the other baskets, I did something different, so I'll show you that too. So here's his eyes. All right, now for his nose, I'm going to use the Blooming Pearls. And we have a petal pink one. So let's take one of these, and we're going to give him a little pink nose right here. Okay, and then I'm going to take my black Stampin' Right marker. I just want to, yeah. And we're just going to give him some whiskers. And I'm terrible at drawing, so he's going to have cockeyed whiskers. And that's just me. So there's our bunny. Now let's attach him to our basket. So I'm going to put him right here where he's going to go over the staple. And I am going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus for this. You can use your glue. I did glue one of them to try to see if it worked. But I'm just going to put glue down his head on both sides. Let's turn our basket over. And we're going to adhere him right here. So here's our little treat basket. So let me show you what they look like filled. Let me move all this out of the way here. Here's the one, and you can hopefully see it's got candy in it and plenty of room. I can get way more in here. But I added just a little bit of grass, and you can see the bunny. And here's one. I wanted one for a masculine one for like a grandson. It has flowers, and I'll work on it. But you can see here, this one has a little bit bigger. I'm going to put them all here. A little bit taller loop. So it depends on what really kind of appeals to you. But great little baskets for almost anything that would be small. So let me bring you back to me. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. I certainly had fun doing it with you. I was excited to show you, especially the bunny, because I didn't have a bunny and had to come up with something. So again, if you enjoyed today's video, please consider giving me a thumbs up. It helps me grow my channel, and feel free to share the video. This link will be a part of that Crafty Collaborations blog hop, and there are several other Stampin' Up! Demonstrators from around the world that'll have other Easter projects or cards in that blog. So you may want to hop over to me and then hop on to them and see what they have to offer. So hope you have a great week. Stay safe and well, and I'll be looking forward to being back with you on Thursday evening at our regular time at 7 o'clock. Have a great week, everybody, and take care.